Hey there YouTube, cheers for tuning in, it's me again, it's Tot. I know it's been about a year and a half since I did anything resembling a bike gear review, so you guessed it, Alpinestars. First and foremost, I'd like to give my big thumbs up to the guys at Hanger Lane Heingericke, because last weekend they did an absolutely sterling job depleting my bank account of 150 quid on these puppies. Alpinestars 2012 SMX-Plus boots in Stormtrooper white, so they're pretty bling. I would have preferred it in black, but they were the only size 43s that were available. 2013 you got the redesigned CE protection, redesigned shifter pad and other features that I can't really comment on. If you want more in-depth technical reviews, you know exactly who to hit up on YouTube. It's guys like Sport Bike Track Gear and Revzilla, because them boys know exactly what they're talking about. I just happen to be an Alpinestar fiend who bags pretty reasonable bargains, so that's why I'm reviewing these, because I never pay full retail. So I'll be comparing these SMX Pluses, my first impressions, against boots that I've been wearing for a significant period of time. The SMX-Rs, which I've had since 2005, and the SMX Pluses, which I've had since 2009. These were purchased for 130 quid, down from 170 at a bike show. These were second hand off eBay, 80 quid, and like I said, these were 150 down from 230. Bag of steel, bag of deal. They're absolutely great, comfortable boots, but I'll be giving my feedback on how they feel on the bike, how comfortable they are to walk in, reasonable degree of weather protection that they might have, crashability, features, niggles and improvements. So let's start off with the SMX-Rs. Quick 360 of the boots. Notice you've got the venting and you've got a pretty substantial shin pad. This pretty much is a straight foot in, zip up, and there you go. Niggles with these two boots, the design of the zipper, they've got an awkward angle to get around, meaning that they're a bit of a dog to get on. I can't compare against other brands, but it's one of the design faults that I've been finding with particularly some of the older Alpinestars stuff. Notice how I've broken the zipper puller on that. Yes, you've got the flex accordion panels to accommodate beefier calves. The sole dual compound means that it's absolutely fine to walk in. However, the biggest niggle that I've got, because I've got such wide feet, the design, the svelte, slim, sexy, sleek design means that the heel box or the heel cup cut into my Achilles, so I often used to get blisters whenever I walked substantial distances. These have done, I don't know, 40,000 miles since 2005, ridden in winter, walked about in them, good, I don't know, 100, 200 miles, central London, Edinburgh, wherever. Great touring boot, great feel on the bike. Generally they're fine. I'd recommend them if you're into Alpinestars and want to get your first purchase. Normally I've seen these kicking on eBay for 130 quid, so bag yourself a deal. I'd recommend them as a first Alpinestar boot. They do a Gore-Tex version, which means that you don't have to worry about bodging, like covering up the vents with electrical tape for winter use. I usually weatherproof the boots by putting Nick Wax and rain repellent on the front surfaces. So, moving on to the SMX Pluses. The reason why I'm condemning these boots is, as you can see, the heel is pretty much gone. Walk in, it's an absolute stiff boot. These are kind of like ski boots, absolutely stiff to walk in. They don't have the accordion panel or the sort of perforations, meaning that your pivot point when you walk is pretty much there. So the soles are wearing through, which is why I'm going to can these. Protection on the back, you got all this bracing, which is awesome. So they means that your leg's going to be in one piece. The shin pad, a lot larger than the SMX-Rs, so offers good protection, but yeah, they're not really that comfortable to be off the bike on. These are solely designed to be a race boot. Great feel and feedback on the controls, to be honest, but if you're in a petrol station, be wary with these boots. They don't have the dual compound sole, so if you slip on diesel, be sure to catch the bike. Had very few near misses with these. Yeah, inner booty design. which means that it's absolutely warm in winter. You just basically undo the zip. Again, it's got the same fucking ridiculous zip design. In a boot, there you go, you just basically undo, and there. The ratchet, it's not really that flexible. I mean, there's a lot of movement in the boot, but you'll see later. Means that when you come and align it to the clasp, often it misses. Moving on to the redesigned SMX Pluses, significantly slimmer, so by comparison, that's what it's like against the SMX-Rs, and that's what it's like against the predecessor. A lot lighter. In weight, it feels about the same on the same as the SMX-Rs. A lot nicer to walk in as well. The redesigned sort of armor protection system, the bracing, notice how that came detached, but it's so easy, just pop it back in. I've not really had a chance to test these in a crash, so I don't know how they're meant to feel in torsion or in flex to prevent the hyperextension, but once you've got your foot in and your calves in the boot, obviously they'll behave differently as to how I'm manipulating the boot at the moment. In a boot system, similar, put your foot in, do up the strap. The clasp and the ratchet move them all over the place, and the fact that it's got a straight zipper run means that it's so much easier to put the boot in, and the ratchet always finds its recess. Sole design, sorry, a lot nicer treaded sole means that you get better grip at petrol stations. I've ridden in the wet in these, so that's why they break in pretty quickly, but alternatively, if you wish to break in new boots, walk in a field that's full of cow shit, because or anything to do with animals. The ammonia seems to make the leather more supple, or use a steam cleaner. Either will do, nick wax, whatever, just get them wet, break them in. All of these are size 43, fit fine across the board. Like I said, in terms of protection, all of these have got massive shin armour. The heel box design, enough sufficient beef in there to protect your heel cup. These are substantial, but I don't know. Anyone who's crashed in the new generation SMX Pluses, do comment. Let me know how your legs fared off. But at the end of the day, all of these are comfortable boots. If you're into sort of fast road riding track days, SMX Pluses. If you're into more touring, SMX-Rs. Gore-Tex versions are available in all of these boots, but otherwise nick wax them. So that's just my first overview. Other than just general wear and tear, both these boots have done 40,000 miles apiece in all sorts of British climatic conditions, so they've done well. And if it weren't for the fact that I've worn through the heels and the soles on these, I'd still be wearing them. These at 150 quid were too much of a bargain to pass up on. So get yourself to a store. If they're doing 2012 models, buy them. Who needs Supertex unless you're sort of a top level racer or a club racer? These will suffice, offer you the comfort and protection that you'll ever need. And they're Alpinestars, so they're bling. So all you guys, keep it rubber side down, sunny side up, and try not to get yourself any Section 59s. Easing out.